So the story behind Matter of Time, there's a big old story behind this. So basically, I rented this movie called Letters to the President. And me and Wood were always, every time, that's how me and Wood bonded, man. We came up and we'd start talking about conspiracy theory stuff. And we would just, I have a hard time saying this because I'm trying to be humble, but I actually showed Wood quite a bit. I showed him a lot. You'll notice from the time me and Wood hung out, suddenly he started almost all of his like 7 out of 10 songs, he had some conspiracy theory shit in it.
Which was some deep ass shit too.
It was literally
deep ass shit, bro.
Right after we started hanging out.
That's some deep ass shit, right?
We bonded, and I think he started finding a passion for like, hey man, I got to get this energy out. I mean, this info.
That's what got him to the next level, yeah.
And I have a tool to do it, man. And but basically, I brought this movie called Letters to the President, and that was me and Lenny. Some other dude and some girl, one other homeboy, and then Wood. We're all sitting around in the he had a studio in the garage. We're sitting around in the garage, and we're watching it. And that's why at the end you'll hear some of those skirts, those clips like I'm gonna be the president of everybody, from George Bush. That's all from Letters to the President. And then he basically, we watched that and he goes, Storm, come here, man. And he played for me some verses in the beat that he had for that song, basically, for Matter of Time. And then he was like, okay, now we're going to rewatch this movie. He made us, me, him, and Lenny, rewatch the whole freaking movie. And then we would go, right there, we like that. Right there, we like that. And we just started taking like 7 or 8. We'd record where the timing was on the VCR, because it was a VCR tape. Wasn't it?
You old fuckers.
and we recorded where it was, like 11709 or something. He'd write it down, and then we would go back and find it, and we put that on there. And then what's even more funny, or after that, is let's see if I'm gonna make sure I'm not forgetting everything here. Is me and him did a song called "Misery." Now I have the original track, the unreleased track that has nothing but Letters to the President for the last verse. Then me and Wood did a song called "Misery," and because I was trying to do a song called "Lonely Life of Killers," but we couldn't get the beat. And so he tried to give me another beat to do it to. So I kind of forced those verses onto Misery. And then the second verse for Misery, I had to write right there in the studio because I already had the first verse for Lonely Life of Killers. And then he did the third verse, which was blatantly, I make to see this world for what it is. I have that unreleased track, which I was going to play for you.
Oh, shit.
So you can hear it for Misery.
I think everybody wants to hear it.
And then he took Misery's last verse, and then he put that on A Matter of Time. But
that one came out at NE7, right?
Yeah. But what I was going to tell you is, coincidentally, my second verse for Misery, which his third verse was on A Matter of Time, which is kind of what you're going for,
right,
kind of fits with the beat for your Matter of Time.
I see how we were all meant to be, bro.
It's almost like a full circle. I'm not 100% sure how great it'll sound. It does. I can make it go with it, though, and it actually fits pretty well. I might have to chop a little bit here and there, but I was going to, play. We're going to play everything for you and let you see what you think. But that would just be very uncanny that whole thing came around first full circle. Like literally full circle. It's almost like chilling, man, to hear that.
That's what I'm talking about.
That was also the very first night, which special to me, is Wood cried to me. He opened up to me, and he told me everything that happened from that one night that made East Coco Records what East Coco Records
right.
is, with everybody that, everything that happened. He told me the truth, and that was just very, very touching to me. It was very emotional for me, because that was to tell me, he risked his life to tell me. He trusted me with his life. That moment, he trusted me with life to tell me the truth of what happened that night that everything happened. And that was a very emotional thing for me, man, because he put his life into my hands. And I've obviously never repeated what I heard to anybody.
Right.
But, I just, that was just, I'll never forget that night, man. It was a very, very important day for me, man, because at that moment I knew me and Will were brothers, and we would, till the end. I had his back and he had mine.
That's what I'm talking about. One full circle. T-Loc, Little D, Storm, Matter of Time Part 2, coming soon. Yeah, boy.